Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Drama Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. As promised, I am going to tell you what happened the end of Friday. So it's just like the last 5 minutes, what happened really fast. So Michael introduces himself to the 5 families. So exciting for me. And Carly wants Sonny to marry her. Paul is on the phone with someone. His boss, who could it be? Does he work for someone? Is it another one of his subordinates? Who could it be? And the meeting of the 5 families commences. Ava busts in during the moment of silence for Serge, awkward, and announces she has information on who shot Sonny Corinthos. And Julian is happy Sam isn't connected to the business. LOL. So hypocritical. But he's also happy he finally has a life of his own. And Jake asks Sam why she's holding on to a ghost, and she tells him that deep down inside she still thinks Jason's alive. Okay, so now for today's Drama Hospital recap. At the hospital, Carly and Sonny agree to get married, so they're gonna get married. So sweet, right? And Patrick thinks he seriously messed up asking Sam to marry him so early, and he thinks he might lose her forever now. And Sonny and Carly tell Patrick and Elizabeth that they're going to get married now, but they need Patrick to green light it, and they tell them why they need to move this thing along, you know, with Ava moving in. So Patrick says yes, but if the monitors start to blip, then it's all off. He's calling it off. And then Patrick and Elizabeth are going to be their witnesses, because that is just how life works, apparently. The 5 families. So Ava tries to delegitimize Michael, but he snaps right back at her. And then the 5 families ask if it was Julian that shot Sonny, and she doesn't give them direct answers, and they call her on it, and then she names Carlos Rivera. Plot twist! So Michael takes it a step forward and asks if it was on Julian's orders, and he's like questioning her, and she brings up when, you know, Carlos went rogue and shot Duke Lavery, and Michael's like, he deconstructs this whole lie, because he's like, well, why would Carlos do that? He doesn't have a network behind him, so you know, why would he take out Duke and try to kill Sonny if he wasn't trying to take over the territory? Obviously, the person who wants to do this wants to take over the territory. So, yeah, he just tears it all down. And the 5 families kind of side with him. They're like, yeah, seriously. I know it's only like 3 other families, but it's just easier for people like me who cannot keep numbers in order. I'm just kidding. I'm just lazy. I really am. So they kind of take his side with it, and Michael's like, all right, fine, then I want Carlos. Where is he? So Michael's like, produce Carlos, say, give him to me. I want to talk to him or whatever. And she says that he left when she took power over the Jerome family. And Michael's like, well, that's convenient. And he then brings up how everything was going fine until the Jerome showed up, and then the DEA is here, and the FBI shows up, and it kind of screwed everyone at this table over. And the families want a ceasefire, because they're like, yeah, he's right. Like, ever since you showed up, everything, like, the cops are all over this place. So why don't the Corinthoses and Jeromes coexist, you know, and it'll help everyone out, or, you know, we'll have to take care of this. And Michael's like, alright, I agree to a peace, but if there's any more trouble, I'm going to assume it's from the Jeromes, and I'll do as I see fit. And the families are like, that sounds fair. So Michael brings up how this might affect, after like, it's just him and Ava, how this might affect her custody fight, and Ava's like, yeah, considering you're here, I don't think it's going to get brought up, and she thinks she has this all wrapped up because Sonny, you know, won't be able to drag himself to court. But, you know, if this marriage goes through, then Carly can be in court, and it'll be just as legitimate. At Julian's, Anna Devane is at Julian's place. She vows to make Julian pay for Duke's death. Alexis steps in, and Anna says, look me in the eye and tell me you believe that he didn't have anything to do with it. And Alexis remembers Julian did tell her that he did order the hit, and then I remembered it, because that happened so long ago. That happened in, like, the live shows, almost. Like, that was May. Yeah, that happened a while ago. So, Alexis is like, it doesn't matter what I think, or whatever. She's like, she's like, we all make compromises. So, Julian accuses Anna of taking care of Carlos herself, and that she must know more than she's saying, because she's not going after Carlos, she's going after Julian. And she's like, well, I'm going after the person who ordered the hit. And he's like, really? Really now? And then Anna leaves, because it kind of spooks her. him, like, straight up accusing her of killing Carlos. So Alexis makes Julian promise never to drag her into that life again because she hates seeing Anna in, like, so much grief. At the police station, Paul's on the phone with someone. Who could it be? Any guesses? I have nothing. I literally have nothing. I have no idea who it could be. And Paul meets Dante, and he plays the good guy. We'll find the guy who shot your father, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, yeah, but, you know, since Sonny's case is starting to get a little cold, maybe start to move on because, you know, we can't get bogged down by one thing. We have a whole bunch of crime to take down. So then Dante introduces Anna and Paul, but they already know each other, so that'll be fun. At the Noodle Buddha, I thought I was going to pause it, but then it didn't, so I'm just moving on. At Noodle Buddha, okay, so this is where it gets really, 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 really exciting. Sam asks Jake how he does it, you know, how he's moved on without knowing who he was. And he said he didn't want to stand still and he wanted to move forward. And she's like, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm standing still, but I want closure with Jason. Like, even, like, it just, especially knowing he died at the clinic and she never got to say goodbye, like, that's just really what's been messing with her. So then she says, sometimes it feels like Jason is right beside her and she could reach out and touch him. And I'm like, oh my God, you could do that right now. He is right there. It's, oh my God, how frustrating, like, how frustrating. So he tells her that she can talk to him because she's like, I'm sorry, I'm, like, unloading all this on you. And he's like, well, you can talk to me anytime because you saved me from killing a boat full of people that I really, really like. So, like, I owe you. And then he says that if he thinks, what he thinks Jason would want, he thinks Jason wouldn't want to see her struggling. There we go. Especially over him. And he would want her to move on and be happy. And then he says, you know, God knows if I were Jason, that's exactly what I would want. And I was... Now they're just playing with us. Like, they're just playing with us. Because this is just downright mean, let me tell you. So Robert walks up. Robert is the one who married her and Jason, and she introduces Jake to him. And then his grandmother comes out, Robert's grandmother who comes out, one of the grandparents who owns the restaurant, and they want, you know, they want Sam to visit more, and it turns out she's losing her eyesight, and she says, you know, her other senses are getting stronger now, and Jake walks over, he's like, yeah, I've heard that can happen, and the, Robert introduces Jake to the grandmother. They shake hands, and she says, oh, you know, I already know you. And Robert's like, what? And Sam was like, what? And she goes, yeah, you're Jason Morgan. And I was like, oh my God. And Sam's standing there, and Robert's standing there, and she's like, you're Jason Morgan. And I'm like, okay, moving on. So Robert insists that she must be confused, but she's insisting he's Jason, and she wants them to renew their vows, because isn't that why you're here, to renew your vows? And I'm like, too much, I can't. So then she's insisting that they do it for her, not for themselves, and Sam kind of looks back at Jake and agrees, and thanks her for blessing this special day for her. Okay, end scene. Anna was going to tell Paul and Dante something, maybe about Carlos, but Michael interrupts, and he tells Dante he needs to find Carlos Rivera, and Anna overhears that. Ava comes back to Julian's, and she tells him now he's off the hook for Sonny. The Sonny Carly wedding starts, and Patrick pictures himself marrying Sam. Elizabeth pictures herself marrying Jake, because... whatever. Sam apologizes to Jake, and he's like, you know, for dragging him into all this, and he's like, I don't mind, we're helping out this little old lady, she's adorable, let's do this. And they start to renew their vows, and like, I feel like this is more than any of us could have ever hoped for. I mean, they're renewing their vows. Okay, so, okay, real fast, just logistically. Oh, one second. I have one more thing, and then we'll go back to logistically. So Sonny's struggling as they exchange rings and vows, however weddings work, and he drops the ring as he's trying to put it on Carly's finger, and then he starts convulsing, and they need to, like, attend to him because it's really, really bad. Now, going back to this vow renewal. Okay, so Jason Morgan was pronounced dead. Okay. So you'd think, alright, that kind of nullifies, like, if Jason and Sam were married, like, now, like, that's kind of, like, a broken contract since he's dead, so, like, she'd be free to marry someone else, right? Or, you know, well, he's dead, so whatever. So, but now that they're renewing their vows, and, like, I know he's going by, like, a different name, but it doesn't change the fact that he is Jason Morgan. So by them renewing their vows, did they just, like, kind of get remarried? And since they were married before, like, did it kind of renew that they were married? And now they're married for realsies again? Like, I don't know. Is that how it works? I don't know how it works. But, I mean, that could be a thing that happened, right? I mean, come on. I mean, if they were, like, a new couple and they didn't have a license, yeah, sure, that wouldn't work that way. But they were already married. Like, I think... Oh my goodness, this is really exciting. Like, I need November to happen, like, right now. But in any event, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean so, so much. And I will see you tomorrow for more Drama Hospital. I hope you have a great day. Bye!